So today we're starting a new module topic, and it is about severe weather. So severe weather is just dangerous weather that can happen outside, and we're going to learn how to be prepared for that and how to stay safe during it. So the book we're reading today is called Superstorms. It's a non-fiction book. What does that mean if it's a non-fiction book? So that means it's all real. It's not a made-up story. Everything in here is true. So it's going to teach us about superstorms or severe weather. What part of the book is this? The front cover, good. What part of the book is this? The spine. And what part of the book is this? The back cover, awesome. We also have a very important page. We know it by two different names. One is the front page. So it's the very first page you see in the book. What's the other name we know it by? The title page, awesome. So it has the title on it, Superstorms. It sometimes has a picture, and it sometimes tells us our author. So our author is Seymour Simon. What does an author do? Awesome, they write the words in the book, okay? So today we're going to learn about superstorms, which is different type of severe weather. The air around us is always moving and changing. We call these changes weather. Storms are sudden, violent changes in the weather. What does it mean, sudden? Sudden changes in the weather. So that means pretty quick. Sudden means quick. What does violent mean? So violent means very strong, or that it can do some damage. Every second, hundreds of thunderstorms are born around the world. Thunderstorms are heavy rain showers. They can drop millions of gallons of water in just 1 minute. So I want you to think a gallon is normally what your milk comes in. So if you're pouring a glass of milk, what that container is a gallon. Think about if you had 1 million of those filled with water. That's how much rain can fall during a thunderstorm in 1 minute. That's a lot of water. During a thunderstorm, lightning bolts can shoot between clouds and the ground. A bolt of lightning is 50,000 degrees. That's 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Lightning can destroy a tree or a small house. It can also start fires in forests and grasslands. So it's telling us that lightning is very, very hot. So if lightning comes down and hits some really dry grass or maybe some really dry leaves in a tree, it could start a fire. Thunder is the sound lightning makes as it suddenly heats the air. You can tell how far away lightning is. Count the seconds between the flash of light and the sound of thunder. 5 seconds equals 1 mile. So that means when you see lightning, you can count until you hear thunder, and that will tell you how far away it is. So if I see lightning and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I hear thunder, that will tell me it's 1 mile away. If I can get to 10 before I hear thunder, that would tell me it's 2 miles away. So you can keep counting by 5s to see how many miles away the storm is. Hailstones are chunks of ice that are tossed up and down by the winds of some thunderstorms. Hail can be the size of a marble or larger than a baseball. So that's pretty big if you look at those. It's just ice, so those would be pretty hard. Nearly 5,000 hailstorms strike the United States every year. They can destroy crops and damage buildings and cars. In July 1995, a fast-moving group of thunderstorms hit New York State. Winds reached speeds of 100 miles per hour. Over 3,000 lightning bolts struck in 1 minute, and millions of trees were uprooted or snapped in two. So when it says trees were uprooted, that means that the wind was so strong it pulled the tree out of the ground. So the roots even came out of the ground too. And we know roots can grow very deep into the ground. So that's some pretty strong wind. Thunderstorms sometimes give birth to tornadoes. Inside a storm, a funnel-shaped cloud reaches downward. Winds inside a tornado can spin faster than 300 miles per hour. These winds can lift cars off the ground and rip houses apart. So these tornadoes are funnel-shaped. So they kind of make a V. So they start wide and then they get closer towards the bottom. So that's a funnel-shaped. More than 1,000 tornadoes strike the United States each year. Most of them form during spring and summer. In April 1974, so that's the year it happened, nearly 150 tornadoes struck 13 states east of the Mississippi River. More than 5,000 people were injured and nearly 10,000 homes were destroyed. Television and radio stations often give early alerts. A tornado watch means that one may strike during the next few hours. So if you hear the meteorologist, that's a person that predicts the weather, if you hear them say we have a tornado watch, that means that one may happen within the next few hours, but not anytime soon. So you're just kind of watching for that tornado. A warning means a tornado has been seen by people or on the radar. So a meteorologist uses radar, and that's kind of like a picture that shows them when the tornado is going to happen. So during a tornado warning, you should find shelter in a basement or a closet. Some people also use a bathroom. Hurricanes are the most dangerous storms in the world. They hurt more people than all other storms combined. Hurricanes stretch for hundreds of miles. They have winds of between 74 and 200 miles per hour. The eye of a hurricane is the quiet center of the storm. So this is the eye, it's right in the middle. Inside the eye, the wind stops blowing, the sun shines, and the sky is blue. But beware, the storm is not over yet. Hurricanes are born over warm ocean waters from early summer to mid-fall. When they finally reach land, their pounding waves wash away beaches, boats, and houses. Their howling winds bend and uproot trees and telephone poles. Their heavy rains cause floods. In August 1992, Hurricane Andrew smashed into Florida and Louisiana. So when a hurricane happens, they name it. So this one's called Hurricane Andrew. Over 200,000 people were left homeless. In the Pacific Ocean, hurricanes are called typhoons. In April 1991, a typhoon hit the country of Bangladesh. So that's not in our country, that's a different country. Over 1 million homes were damaged or destroyed, and more than 130,000 people were injured. Blizzards are huge snowstorms. They have winds of at least 35 miles per hour. Usually, at least 2 inches of snow fall every hour. That's a lot of snow. Temperatures are at 20 degrees or lower. Falling and blowing snow make it hard to see in a blizzard. So if you look at this picture of the blizzard, it's hard to see those trees back there, and there's even some cars on the road that you can't even see. In March 1993, a major blizzard struck the entire East Coast. Cold temperatures, high winds, and heavy snows hit from Florida to Canada. Millions of people lost power and spent days in dark, cold homes. Thousands were stuck on snowy highways and in airports when planes were grounded. So it's not always safe to drive on roads or fly when it's snowy because it's hard to see and the roads can be slippery. So that's why they say they were grounded or stuck. No one can prevent storms. So prevent means we can't stop them from happening. They're gonna happen. But weather reports can predict and warn us when a storm may hit. The more prepared we are, the safer we will be when the next one strikes. So that's what our module is about. It's about preparing for those types of weather so we know how to stay safe. The first thing I want you to do with this story is I want you to draw a picture of your favorite type of severe weather, the type you think that's most interesting to you. Okay, so I drew a tornado. I think they're kind of interesting. They can be a little scary, but I think they're interesting. And I wanted to show you that what I learned is that they're funnel shaped and it has a lot of wind. So after you draw your picture, I want you to write what you learned. So I could write, I learned a tornado is shaped like a funnel and has very strong wind. Okay, so draw your picture of the type of severe weather that you think is most interesting, and then write what you learned. Another thing that I would love for you to do is show me a video or a drawing of your emergency plan at your house if we have severe weather. So that means you could make a video or draw what your family does if we have a tornado or some other type of severe weather. So where you go and what you do. I would love to see that, so it can be a video or a drawing. And then we are going to do a weather log this week. So we are going to draw a picture of the weather each day. So today will be your first day, and I want you to draw a picture of what the weather is like outside. I hope you have fun with this. If you have any questions, just have your mom or dad message me on Remind, and I would love to get on Zoom and help you if you need it. Have a great afternoon, friends.